Hi guys, Borgio here, back with a new newbie experience, this time for Star Wars The Old Republic. It's been a while since I did one, been a bit slack, that's what you get with real life. So what we're going to do here is run you through the starting area for one of the races and one of the planets and one faction of Star Wars The Old Republic. Just go through a few tips that I found when playing that you might want to do as a new player yourself, and a few other things, and just run through to level 10 when we get our our advanced class, and we'll go from there. First thing you'll need to do obviously is pick a server. At the bottom of the screen you've got the choice for North America or Europe. Make sure you're on whatever is closest to yourself. As I live in the UK, I'm going for Europe. Within there you've got the language option if you're on our servers. On North America you get the location East or West Coast. For us, German, French and English, so pick your language or the language you can understand the most. The server types that we get are the normal ones. You've got RP, PvP, your normal role-playing server, PvP and PvE. Just for ease of the video, I'm going to roll on a PvE server so that I can actually show stuff off. Let's just find a nice populated one. All my characters are normally on Nightmare Lands, but I've used all my character slots on there, so I'm going to go for English Red Eclipse. There we go, PvE English Red Eclipse. So double click on the server to select, which didn't work at all because I'm a noob, so go to select down the bottom right. First things first, nice little splash screen. You have to choose your side. You've got Galactic Republic, the good guys, air quotes, and the Sith Empire, which is the bad guys, in air quotes. The reason I say that is you can pick how your character plays at the end of the day. You could be an evil Jedi, you could be a good Sith. So what we're going to go for is we're going to go for the Empire. 4 classes you can choose between to start off with. You have Sith Warrior, Sith Inquisitor, the Bounty Hunter and the Imperial Agent. If you need to know anything else about these classes, there's bits at the top that tells you roughly what sort of gear they use, what sort of stuff you'll get as abilities, the 2 advanced classes that you can go for, gives you a quick spiel between the 2, what you'll be looking to be doing in a group, and the rough outline of the storyline. What I'm going to go for is I'm going to make a Bounty Hunter. I've got 2 of these already, but the only reason being is it's a good little storyline. Although the Imperial Agent story is very funny, you're basically James Bond, which is great. So you get your race selection screen next. This is supposedly going to be expanded by something called Legacy, which is not currently implemented very well in the game. You get the choice between different races. They're all humanoid races, no Wookiees or anything like that in the game at the moment. You can be or anything like that. You have to basically pick the humanoid races. So you get human or cyborg. Yeah, two basically the same, but just one has bits of metal on their faces. The Zabrak, which is, if you remember episode 1, is what Darth Maul was. Ratataki, which are sort of grey bald people, and the Chiss, which look quite cool. For this, let's go for a cyborg. Hit next. You then pick male or female. Has no basis on gameplay whatsoever. Both sexes do the same amount of damage. They don't have a difference in stats. The only difference is the voice. Each race, sorry, take that back. Each class and sex has their own voice actor. So if we click male,
pleasure doing business with you.
There he is. So that's the voice actor. Now, there's not a lot of customization options here. There's enough to be getting on with. You've got 4 body types. You've got, let's zoom out a bit. You've got short, you have normal human, you have beefy, big, tall human, and you have fat bastard. I don't understand why anybody would pick this, because I don't know, this just isn't aesthetically pleasing to me at all. I tend to pick number 2 or number 3 if it's a warrior. So we're going to go for number 2 on this one. And what you've got here is you've got a lock icon. If you lock that and then you hit random at the top, it keeps number 2 locked the whole time. So as you find bits you like, you can just lock them. So we're going to work on head now. I don't really care. No. Oh, no. Oh, God, no. Let's try. That looks fine. We'll go for that. Scars. If you want any scars, you've got all different types of scars. Down the face, burns, scratches. We don't need any scars. We're a new, fresh bounty hunter. The complexion seems fine. I'm not bothered about eye colour. Right, cybernetics are cool. You can get yourself a little pair of sunglasses and stuff. Although apparently the second cybernetic option gives you a mustache. Interesting. So you get facial hair under cybernetics. Now, definitely for the Chiss. Not the Chiss. Definitely for the agent, you get a really cool pair of sunglasses, but apparently not. I'm going to go for the one eye look there. That's cool. For the rest, and skin colour I'll lock as well. For the rest of it, let's just get some random hair colours and combinations, see what we find. Oh, that'll do. Looks quite old, though, so we might change the colour. No, definitely not that way. There we go, brown. Names in this game's guide, as normal, nothing rude. You can't pick things from Star Wars lore either, or trademarks. So I'm going to pick a random name. One that actually looks me bone. Brilliant. Slag. No, that's a bit off as well, I think. Forget it. The Newbie experience. Although they probably won't like me having that because it's gobbledygook. You're not allowed gobbledygook either. So what we'll do is we'll just go with my typical character name. There we go, Borgio. Right, so when you first go in, I missed all the cinematic videos because obviously I've played before, but you will get videos when you pick your faction and... There we go then. So first things first, while that's playing in the background, you could press escape to skip it, or spacebar, but it's actually loading the game in the background, so we'll hit spacebar now and we will get some more in-game cutscenes, which will set the story up for us nicely, hopefully. Seems to be something going on. So the planet we're on here is Hutter, one of the Hutt's planets. Looks like a good place for a bounty hunter to hang out anyway.
We're almost set up. See if you can't get that security network running, Mako.
Sure thing, Braden. We'll be... hey now.
Indeed. The main attraction has arrived. Team, this is the man we're pinning all our hopes on. Best shot I've ever seen and nerves of steel. He's great hunt material, all right. What do you say, Hunter? Ready to meet your team?
And here's something which, if you've played Mass Effect or other games like that, you'll be useful. It's the conversation wheel. You have the option to say any one of these things. It gives you a rough idea of what your character's going to say, but not exactly. So you've got three options there. When do I get paid? I'm a bounty hunter.
What I'm ready to do is make a pile of credits.
Man from your same mold, Jory.
Let's do things official-like. This is Mako, little genius I picked up years ago in Nar Shaddaa. She provides intel and tech.
Hope you're as good as the old man says.
And the big bruiser is Jory. He handles the heavy lifting and provides security for our base of operations.
Nice to meet you both. Let's get to work.
Indeed.
All right, enough introductions. Down to business. We're here because the Great Hunt has been called. Little Mako is the most rabid fan of hunter history this side of Geonosis, and even she doesn't know exactly what the Great Hunt entails.
I do know the names of every great hunt winner, though. Bloodworthy, the Defenestrator, Jewel and Nightbringer.
Every bounty hunter who's won a great hunt went on to massive glory and riches, which is why we're here.
Can I shoot
Personally,
things?
I'm just here to kill people and cause damage.
Then you won't be bored, because we aren't here to make friends.
Here's what I know so far. The Great Hunt has two groups, the Mandalorian Elite and freelance bounty hunters sponsored by influential crime lords. There's no time to make you a Mandalorian. That means you need a sponsor.
Nemero the Hutt runs this stinking little town. I've got just enough pull with that gangster to get you an introduction. Mako, Scan for every bounty in the area. I want the nastiest, most brutal, untouchable scum you can find.
I'm on it, Braden. One nasty character coming up.
We need to get you situated as a big-time hunter, at least as far as the locals know. Then we contact Nemro. Mako will plant rumors about your off-world exploits. But you have to take down someone impressive and local to sell the reputation.
Fair enough. Typical bounty hunter has to go and work for a hut. Figures.
Is there anything that little girl can't do?
She can't handle a gun like you can. Or we wouldn't need you, would we?
Found something. Check this out. Vex Corellian, champion quick-draw artist, wanted for robbing 15 Imperial military pay stations.
Togawata Kiko Uba Kiriwata Buki Donko.
Perfect. This Vex is either a madman or a glory hound, and he's obviously dangerous.
Says here, Vex has a safe house in the bad part of town, right in the heart of the madness. That'll be fun.
Nemro the Hutt's enemy took over part of this town. It's dangerous poking around in there, but it's your best shot. Raid Vex's safe house and look for something that might help us track him down, but be ready for anything.
As well as clicking on the options, yeah, you've got 1, 2, and 3 on them, guys. So if you want to not use the mouse, just click. You can
Don't
press
tell me
them.
how to do my job, Braden.
Have it your way. That attitude gets a lot of hunters fried their first time out, though. Good luck.
And here we are then, in the game. I'll run you around the screen really quickly. By the looks of things, a lot of my settings have been saved. A bit unusual for this sort of MMO. Your chat box is top left at the moment. They are inputting some UI changes, the way you can move your UI around, but currently, if you put this box in the bottom left-hand corner, your group bar will disappear, because that's where the group bar is. It'll be over the top. So what you've got is you've got the planet name up the top. If you click on there, it'll give you a quick search of everybody on the planet, and the levels and things like that. You've got your chat box there with the general and other tab. Takes you through a few things. Typical action bar at the bottom with your EXP bar at the top, and then the bar underneath here is a legacy EXP. Now I don't have a legacy on this server, so I've not got anything there. Minimap with icons on. The minimap icons can be explained if you click on the filters. You get what they all are. So as you can see, I've got this icon here, which is not explained on there, which is wonderful. That means there's a quest to pick up. This icon, which is your quick travel point, which is like a bind point. Vendors are the credit icon, and on the minimap, let's just turn that off now somehow. There we go. Anything with an arrow means you have a quest in that general direction. Other things, there's the clock, shows you it's 1:30 in the afternoon here. And yeah, so first things first, hit escape when you get in the game, go to preferences. Big thing in this game is they've taken a lot of the good things from other games and put them in, but you have to turn them on. Click on social, I think. Is it on social? No, I'm getting lost here. Here we go. Oh, it's on controls. This will be disabled by default. Put on auto loot on right click, so you don't have to click and then click the items you want, and put enable area loot, which is taken from Rift, so you can just loot everything in an area. Other things you might want to put on is the nameplates for people. I'm going to turn myself one off. I had that on because we were doing an operation the other day and I wanted my name in the screenshot. I like having enemy nameplates on so I can see them from far off and not just imagine they're an NPC. I like to see mobs from a while off, and that's the things you really need to turn on at the start. You don't really need to do anything else. Other things at the top, your character sheet is on C, which gives you your normal breakdown of slots with stats. Each class in the game only needs 2 particular stats of this level. So for a bounty hunter, aim gives you range damage, range crit, tech damage, tech crit, and also endurance for hit points. You've got tabs at the bottom you can then change to, so I can see my defense, which is on there anyway, or my range, and I'll have my tech in that one. So you can see different things like that. Other things you've got, your inventory on I, which you don't have backpacks, which you can buy in it to expand your pack size. What you do is you have to expand your inventory using credits, which basically just gives you another strip. First one's 5, I think the second one's 20, then it's 40, then 100, then 200, 1,000 credits to actually expand. So it can be quite pricey, but to be honest, at end game, there's not a lot to spend money on anyway, unless you're an adrenal or a stim pack or potions. So it's fine. Abilities window, you've got your general tab, Bounty hunters, these are your skills and vehicles, so that's on P. Quests is on L. At the moment I've just got the one quest to find Vex. Now on the map it will show you the way you need to run, which is fine. This seems to be the way most games are going at the moment. So first things first, investigate your skills. As a bounty hunter you've got 2 attack skills, which is 1 and 2, and you have event heat. Now I'll explain what that is in a minute. On the right hand side you've got recharge and reload, which is basically your food and drink. It's unlimited in this. Quick travel, which is return to bind, and you have a buff. So Hunter's Boon, we'll click that on. Hit point buff. Right. The way the bounty hunter works is, here's his health, and this is called heat. This is your mechanic. Now every ability you use generates heat. So your packs heat up, your weapons heat up. When you're at max heat, you can't use those abilities anymore. So to get rid of it, you can either vent the heat, which is on a 2-minute cooldown, or the other way to do it is, the lower your heat is, the quicker it disperses. So think of it a bit like energy. So if I use an attack which gives me 20 heat, it might slow down my heat dissipation, it's called. So you got to just manage your heat very well. Now this missile here, Missile Blast, does 25 heat. I don't like this missile very much because it is a complete heat hog. But you do have your basic attack. No auto attack in this game, I'm afraid. So you actually have to think about what you're doing. And this one here, just like it says there, fires a quick stream of bolts. It's the equivalent of auto attack, but you've got to click it. So first thing you notice, a green portal. Green portal means that this is your instance, or it's an entrance to your instance. This is actually an exit. If I go through it and turn around, it'll be red, meaning I can't currently go back in there. You're not allowed in this phase. It's their version of phasing. So first things first, let's head off. There's a few quests to pick up in this first area. And more will become available. As you can see, this lady here has a grey quest icon above her head. Can't currently get her quest, but I can get the one from Lou Brel and Nembro's Bounty Droid. So let's talk to Lou.
Welcome to Hada, kid. You're new here. You look pretty tough. But let me give you a word of advice. Watch your back out there. Learn how to please the people in charge. And as soon as you can, get out.
Sounds fun, really.
I don't plan to stay any longer than I have to.
You got a good head on you then. Just hope that when you're ready to leave, you still can. There's a gang war raging out there right now. If you want to survive on Hada, you're gonna have to learn the ropes. I can get you experience navigating Hada's gangs, help you build your reputation. If you help me out.
Yeah, figures. I scratch his back, he'll scratch mine, sort of thing.
Of course. There's always a catch.
This is a gangster town, controlled by a greedy and cruel hut named Nemro. As if there was any other kind. Used to be I worked for Nemro's gang. Violent, bloody life. That's why I left. But now, my little brother's following my footsteps. Nemro's street gang leader, Rex Gear, is my old buddy. I thought he might help get my brother out, but I can't get to Rex for all the fighting.
So I'm going to have to rescue his brother, which I suppose is, yeah, bounty hunters might
Point me
do
in the
that.
right direction. I'll show them the business end of my blaster.
Good answer.
I hope you're right about that. You'll find Nemro's boys holed up in Jaguna, but you're gonna need to fight through Fathra's thugs, so be careful.
There we go. So we've got a quest. Quest tracker's on top right. Something to just let you know. There's no real kill 10 rats quest in this. If you have to go... This tells me I'm going to have to fight through his thugs to get there. If I kill a thug, it might then give me a quest to kill 12 of them as I'm in the area, which is okay. Nobody really likes kill 10 rats sort of quests, but you know, the necessary evil with the way MMOs have developed, with having to constantly do quests to level up. So let's talk to the droid and see what he's got to offer.
I'll listen, for now. You don't seem entirely reliable.
Well, there we go then. So we've got another quest to go, and there you go. Defeat Fathra gangsters. So technically a kill 10 rats quest, like I just said we wouldn't get. But there we go. One more thing I've just remembered after doing the talk, guys. Go into your preferences, and then I've got to try and find it. I think it's user interface. Let's have a quick check. There's one. Here we go. Conversation. You can put subtitles on, and the one I always tick on is show conversation alignment gain. Because what this will do is, if you're using the keys to click options and you're not mousing over, you'll still see whether you'll gain light or dark side points. If you open your character sheet, light and dark side is on your alignment here. No real big effects on what it does in the game at the moment. It restricts you to certain lightsaber crystals or certain colour crystals, since you can use them in blasters as well. And it restricts some relics and some social gear. To be honest, I've hit level 50 and I got to Dark 5, and right now I'm not using anything which is restricted, apart from I'm using my red crystal, or occasionally an orange one anyway. So it doesn't make a difference really. If you want to play a light side, you're not gonna, on the Empire, you're not going to be penalised for it. The way I'm going to play this bounty hunter through this playthrough will literally be, I'm going for money, I want cash, whatever's going to give me cash, it will be what I do. So let's carry on. So first things first, let's go outside. A few things to note whenever you get to a new area, look for the transport service guy. This is the speeder for like the horse route or whatever. I've just clicked in there and it's got rid of the circle around the icon. It means I have discovered it, but I haven't got any connected to it. The other things whenever you get to a new area that you need to double click on are the bind points, which look like this, but they get the icon above them if you haven't discovered them. So I've already got that one, as it's the first one in the game. But let's go. So quests now, I'll open the map with M. Shows me I've got one quest in this area, one quest in this area, and if I mouse over this, the gangsters are just in the general vicinity. So what we'll do is, I can see loads at the moment, but the first pack I kill will be this one. Left click to target, or tab, whatever you want to use. So I'll use tab, and if I'm out of range, abilities grey out. If I'm in range, they're not. So let's start with some rockets. There's the rockets, and as you can see, my heat's gone up, and as I'm using number... Oh, he's dead. No, he's too far away. As I use number 1, it drops the heat. Look, so there we go. Still fast heat dissipation. Let's get my heat really high, so you can see it slows down. 3 heat per second, there we go, is what it's currently vending. 2 heat per second now. So, as you can see, if you just spam heat-generating abilities, you're going to make yourself worse off, since it's going to take longer to then vent that heat. To vent heat out of combat, click your food and drink as if it was WoW or something like that, and it will increase your hit points and drop your heat off. So there we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take cover here for a second, and I will be back shortly.